Hi, my name is Wan Choi. I'm a Korean American currently living and working in London. I'm here to enter into the Korean Embassy's cookery competition, hopefully win a trip to Seoul. I'm going to be making a Korean roasted pork belly with gochujang sauce and a kimchi slaw. So I'll walk you through the steps, I'll show you the ingredients, and hopefully you'll like it. Alright, so what I have here is the pork belly that we're going to be roasting in the oven. And all I'm going to do is just do a simple prep with some salt and pepper. And then we will actually sprinkle a little bit of ginger over it as well. You want to make sure you kind of get all sides of this with the salt and pepper. And all we're going for is a simple roast. I just want some nice browning and of course evenly cooked on the inside. And a subtle ginger flavor. I'm not going to overpower with the pepper just because we're going to be using a chili sauce. So this shouldn't take too long. All we're going to do is pop it in the oven for about 40 minutes at 225. And we'll just adjust the temperature as we go. And I do want the ginger on it, but it's okay if it falls out, just because the fat that drips will also flavor it with the ginger. Alright, so our oven is finally ready. As you can see, it's at 225. Just putting the finished pork belly in. I'm not putting any oil on it before I place it in the oven because there's so much fat from the pork belly. And we'll set it to go for about 40 minutes. Okay, so now that that's in the oven, all I've done is I've taken some savoy cabbage and I've sliced it fairly thinly. And I'm going to kind of do a standard kimchi preparation with it by salting it. And we're just going to leave it to salt while the pork cooks for about 25 minutes. And what it'll do is draw the water out, and then we'll drain it, give it a good rinse, and then squeeze all the excess water out. Alright, so for the sauce we have a few ingredients here. We have soy sauce, some sugar, some garlic, honey, that's apple juice in the back, and gochujang, and some lemon. And so what we're going to do is combine this into a pot and just reduce it down into a nice, not too thick, but syrupy texture sauce. Okay, so now that our pork is in, I'm going to start to make the sauce. And we're going to put some apple juice, some soy, some sugar, and I'm going to bring most of this to a boil, and then some garlic as well. And we're going to set it on high heat to bring it to a boil, and I'll continue to stir, and then we'll add the gochujang in later, and some lime juice, and then finish with a little honey. What we're going to do is reduce the heat, and I'm also going to put in my gochujang now and give it a good mix. So this is going to be a pretty spicy dish. And then once we kind of get it all blended in, I'll bring it back to a boil real quickly and then just start reducing it down by bringing it down to a simmer. Alright, so as you can see here, it's thickened up fairly nicely, but before we reduce it any further, I'm going to just add a little bit of lemon juice, not the whole bit, but just to give it an extra citrus flavor. And I'm also going to add in some honey, about a tablespoon. And then we'll cook this down a little bit more and the sauce will be finished. Okay, so here is the dressing. We have vinegar, just regular white vinegar, some garlic, some sesame seed oil, some sugar, and gochugaru. And for the rest of the salad we have the savoy cabbage, which I will drain in a minute. And then we have some red onion, some carrots, some bell peppers, and for sweetness I have some pear. So all you need to do is just put in the vinegar, some sugar, a little bit of gochugaru, put in the oil, and then just put in a little bit of the garlic. We don't want to overpower it too much. And just mix it together, and then we're just going to mix it with all the vegetables into a slaw. Alright, so we have our cabbage that's been drained. I'm going to put it into the bowl now. Put the rest of the vegetables. Then I'm just going to put in the dressing that we made and just give it a good toss. And that will finish the slaw. Okay, so the pork belly looks about ready. I'm going to take it out of the oven and just let it chill for a bit. We'll leave it for about 10 minutes. And then I'll slice into it and plate. Alright, so I'm going to start plating. All I've done is I've taken some sliced apples, thinly sliced, and placed them on the middle of the plate. And we're going to take our pork belly and just place it right over the apples. And I'm also going to take some of the slaw, just a little bit. I'm going to place some sesame seeds over the slaw. And then we're going to finish with the sauce over the pork. And finish with a couple of microgreens, some cress. Alright, and this is the finished product. Pork belly with gochujang sauce and a kimchi slaw. Basically taking influences from British cuisine, the pork belly, and apples, and then also combining with Korean flavors